Hello everybody and welcome to part 18 of Assaltya. Before we begin, let's just go ahead and make sure that we come in here, annex the city, and burn it down. We are about to heal here. We have a nice plan of attack as far as getting our siege towers to the city. So, ooh,
Augustus sum imperator
we have met somebody, so let's look into them.
Si tu est Roma
Ooh, their score, they actually have a higher score than we do. Science is pretty comparable. Military's on par. Wow, okay. So I think it's safe to say we found the runaway of the other land. If you'll recall, we got scooped on Renaissance by 4 turns, and I think it stands to reason that this must have been the guy to do it. So we will have to attack him at some point just to secure our lead. And he's on the other continent. That's okay. We're actually heading towards navigation next, or whichever the frigate tech is. Anyways, let's take a look at this guy. He's indeed Renaissance, and I don't think we've had the prompt for anybody else, so that's proof of that. Liberty, 10 cities. If we kept the one we just chose to burn down and captured Cusco, I believe that puts us at 10 cities. Just to put that into perspective. He also has a lot of wonders and a good amount of gold per turn. So, let's start by trading with this guy.
Okay.
Salt's no good, which means somebody's supplying salt to the other continent, which is unfortunate because that was our claim to fame, supposedly. Alright, that's going to help our happiness. We'll start with the watery luxuries, just because it's a continents map, and those are going to be fairly abundant to all.
Consentio.
Okay, so from this point, what we could do is either try to trade all of our strategic resources to get all this, or continuing going luxuries. We haven't met anybody else, so it's not like we have to save these luxuries for them. And I'm of 2 minds of the whole process, because if we trade with luxuries first, the big ticket items, so to speak, if he on subsequent turns comes up with like 2-3 gold, our luxuries are no good, but our strategic resources still would be. On the other hand, if we do meet other people, and we do have boats out there, and if our boats have already uncovered where this guy is, then that stands to reason that we're about to meet other people. So we can try to get all this gold by way of strategic resources. But I don't think there's a right answer. Both of them make sense. Obviously, we're trading horses first because they're less valuable to us.
Consentio.
We are about to get musketmen, which will free up some of our iron, but we're also about to get the frigate tech, which means we'll need our iron. Look at that, we get all of it with horses. Oh, excuse me, all but one with horses. Okay, moving along. Okay. So, Gunpowder is here right now. So let us first do that. I believe he was coming back up north because of this. Okay, he gets across the river, he'll step, upgrade next turn, that works out. Upgrade Dare. I believe that's everybody except for death squads and front line. Alright, he survives. I believe medic applies to others. So let's go ahead and do this. Let me take a peek at Rome real quick. There's a river, so we do have uses for amphibious. Our melee's more for crowd control, though. Even still, amphibious can be useful. Let's just go with that. Soul loves the king as a result of our getting the furs onto navigation. Only 8 turns. I like that. I'll go ahead and we'll get back to that one and that one. We're not sure that those are the best uses of our workers right now. Oh, university here. Okay, so let's pull. We don't want soul growing nutty. In fact, I think since we're about to enter a boat race, we should definitely be working the heaviest hammers that we can. In fact, let's go take a peek at Venice in just a second. So I think the play is stoneworks into a caravel into frigates. Let's just ramp up our production as much as possible. Sure, it would be nice if the governor would pick up another forest tile so we could put down another lumber mill. But for now, this is maxed out. This growth per turn's not great, so let's try this. That's a little better. We could go all the way like this. But all we would end up doing is picking up citizens to work the gold, so we can just do that right now. We don't need to be growing that fast. So yeah, stoneworks. And then we'll check in on Venice. 5 turns until university is finished. And we definitely could afford to slot some people in and still have enough citizens. Like if we moved this to here or something. Let's take a look real quick. Sucks that we don't have the menu of what could be built. So there's no lighthouse here. That would add 2 hammers. We definitely have the happiness. That's due in part to trading with Rome. Alright. Let's check out Rome. Yep, okay. He does have 10 cities. We haven't found his coast yet. I still want this guy just heading due east, because if we just send both boats towards Rome, we would reduce the chance that we meet other people. But I do think it's still worthwhile to have this guy do what he was doing, which now we know also takes us towards Rome. So we're cleaning up the cloud near us and then also going towards Rome. I'd like to find a coastal city so that we know for a fact that... Because I'm partially of the mind right now to just annex Venice, build a lighthouse so we can add hammers to the ground here and go from there. Because we don't really have... We're not working all the production we could. I see production tile here, here, and here. And I also see that we're working 3 trading posts. And now that the Great Golden Age is over, those aren't nearly as useful. So yeah, let's go ahead and annex the city. Oh, and we also got one in the... Wow, okay. Alright. Yeah. Okay, so we definitely want everything with... yeah, all these. And that leaves us with 4 citizens to play with. I do like this, but that reminds me, let's go to production focus. Makes that a little bit easier. There we go. Alright, let's ditch the university. Oh, it's down to 3 turns. We really only have the 1 or maybe 2 citizens we want to give up. Oh, crap. Okay. I just had to... Okay. For some reason I was not sure if we had finished. I saw the Colosseum here. I was like, oh crap, did we finish Circus Maximus? Alright. So, Monument, Lighthouse... Oh, Workshop as well. No way. Okay. So let's buy the Workshop and do this. And that way everything else we build now is faster. Okay, so Monument into Lighthouse. And it looks like navigation's down to 7 turns. That must be from the university up in Seoul. Alright. Basically, we're just trying to rush Navy capabilities. And the Monument just because it's 2 turns. And right now that's going to lead us to science. Wow, big decisions there. Okay, so... Can't forget this knight down here. 1, 2, 3, 4 if we weren't zona controlled. He's on a hill, right? Yeah. So we could conceivably smash this guy up. He's always coming here so we can attack the city next turn. He's always coming here so we can attack the city next turn. We need to free up this tile, and then by next turn, this tile also. So I'm seeing a world where this guy can step and shoot this guy because he can just step back and get out of the way next turn. I like that. So there's that. Let's have this guy shoot That, we should be able to then take him out. It's risky because we're basically encircled here. But let's see here. He can do 46. He can do 76. That's a huge discrepancy. Why? Open terrain attack bonus. That's plus 30%. What is their base? 37.8. Their base is different. Why would that be? Attacking over river. You know what? This isn't factoring attacking over river, and I'm not sure why that would be. But we do know that we need to free up both of these tiles. So let's go here. That way we're threatening down here if this gets attacked. And we can go here. Hey! All the way. That is quite good. Okay. So this tile's been freed up. So we just killed 2 units. That's really great. But more importantly, we have yet another melee on this side of the river. So that's really good. That is really good. Alright, we'll back him up to tier. I don't think we can upgrade him here, but we can heal at full as if he was in our borders. He can't shoot at anybody, so let's get him on the hill so we can shoot it at the city next turn. This guy could step here, shoot either of these, and then also step and shoot the city next turn. So let's do that. Oh, 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 oh. There. He's always going to pillage, so let's get that out of the way. Alright, so now what we have here is 1 shot and 2 melee hits for these guys. I don't think shooting here and hitting him is going to be enough to kill him. This one would, but I don't know that we necessarily want the unit to advance. In that case, we would definitely want to hit first and then shoot to finish him off. Where does that leave this guy? A trade in our favor. But is that good enough? Maybe. So let's do that. And then the question is, do we hit here or not? I think yes, because as of right now, I hate when I'm in this kind of situation, because we could expect the bombard to hit here because he's weakest, but it might hit like here or here because they can focus fire a little bit. And that's part of the reason why I think hitting this guy makes sense. He can't hit this guy because he's zona controlled, even though he's along his own roads. He could hit this guy, so let's weaken him. And now even if we get bombarded and shot and hit, we'll probably survive. So good deal. Alright, so let's see. Great generals are currently influencing everybody we need them to. These guys will be pushing forward, which means the great general down here would still do the same. So let's go ahead and advance him. That way, as next turn, if we're pushing into other tiles, we don't forget to advance him then. This great general is fine where he's at. And that leaves workers. We have 4 here. We should have 1 come over here, because this area is going to be most likely where we need them. This worker, the horses aren't actually damaged, but the marble might be next turn. So let's move him there, him there. Great General's occupying this one, so we can't move anybody there, but we can do this. And then if we move this worker here, because this is the more important tile to repair, he's dangled, which means maybe he gets captured, in which case we easily take him back. In the event that that happened, we would push with the long swordsman first, because we would want to be finished off by capture. Siege towers can capture civilians, even though they can only attack cities. At that point, he'd be able to push and attack. Okay. Oh, that was so much. Hey, this is right on time. When I came down here, I was just like, oh, we're already done with all the trading posts and everything we need. And as a result, we've been putting off the horses. Let's do that. But now we just sold off a whole bunch of our horses, so this becomes a little bit more relevant. Okay, so we have a bunch of workers we don't know what to do with. I'll tell you what we could do is have a worker start heading over towards Rome, acting as a ground scout, since we're back in a situation where we don't need all the workers that we have. So on that note, let's do He's the closest. This guy could just take over or whatever. It doesn't even matter. So let's have this guy next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty good. Hop in the water, head over to Rome, start doing some scouting. Hey, we're finally over here. It looks like I probably would have rather had this guy come here, and then here we could have step shot. But that is not what happened, so just shoot him. Come to the other side in case it spawns something we're better prepared. That worker just chopped that down. He is heading down. One of the things I decided off camera is that we should probably proselytize Venice first, just because they're actively being pressured by another religion. So I figure 1 charge here, 2 charges here should be good enough. But let's do this one first. Let's see here. East of Seoul, northwest of Assur are both being addressed. So these guys want to head down south. Of course, this guy's gonna step and upgrade first, because we have one. We have a squad. This guy and the one that comes out in the to deal with that camp, and then one to deal with that camp. And those are the only camps we know of. So that's where we're at. Okay, let's see. Palanqu's actively being supported, which means Nineveh is not. And of all the garbage tasks we could be assigning our workers, that seems to make the most sense to me. So we'll go do that. And there we are. So we focus our eyes to the main event, and we pass the turn. That was a long turn, primarily because we found... Oh, whoops. That sucked. That sucked. Okay. Well, the thing to keep in mind is that... Wait a second. Who did they choose to bombard with their... Oh, they must have hit the knight. Okay. Alright. Well, just like before, any unit we lose is inviting them to be extra forward so we kill their units. I would love, mostly, to not lose any units. You know, I wonder if we kill this guy, if this guy can actually reach the settler. Because I can't imagine we would actually want to conquer more cities if we can avoid it. So that's a goal. And we see here he's got a lot of gold. So lots going on here. Let's get to it. Rationalism, says 6 turns. Now it's still 6 turns, so that did not speed that up. Which is fine. Nimrod grows. Whoops. Missed a min-max opportunity. Alright. Garden's finished. Let's finally get on the observatory. City is religious. Okay. Camp. Oh, right here. That's pretty nice, considering we have him stepping there. He can step onto here and immediately shoot at it while it's relaxed, which means by the time this guy can get over there, we'll just have it finished. Losing grasp on Byblos. Hanoi targets nearby encampment. That must mean the one up here that we are heading towards, like thusly. Okay, so the loss of the knight is actually something of a big deal. Now all we gotta do is punish him for it. He has to step back. He's stepping in. He's stepping in. He's stepping in. So we're ready to unload on the city. We just need to make smart plays on the outskirts in the meantime. I do like the idea of chasing this guy down, because if this guy's out of the way and it turns out we should. And if we can't, then there's plenty of pillage opportunities along the way so that he can heal up. Speaking of healing up, he's healing up. This guy is always shooting here, so let's just get that out of the way. This guy, not so much. We can shoot there. Hopefully kill it with this guy, so that then this guy can kill one of these pretty easily. So we do... what's his health at now? 91, not worth pillaging. This one probably is worth pillaging, especially since we already have a worker standing on that tile. So, let's see here. We can probably take both of these out, right? He advances there, he advances there. These two could shoot that down. I think that's important, because basically we're extending our radius here. And oh! Alright. That's not the worst of things. I mean, he's encircled, so there's no hope. In fact, under this current configuration, maybe he wants to... Alright. Get a grip, get a grip. Oh, that doesn't look like it's going to be enough to finish him. Thank goodness it is. Can we capture that this turn? We cannot. Alright. So we step and pillage. Alright, that's very unfortunate. So we'll have him start repairing here. He's pretty damaged, he's pretty damaged. So those are the tiles we're most likely going to want to pillage next turn. So let's do this. And then it's just a matter of hitting the city. He's amphibious. So bam, bam, bam. Alright. Counting crossbow shots, we should be able to slay this next turn. So right now the question is where to put this worker. 78, 74, 73. This is the only one that can pillage and hit next turn. So maybe this worker goes here. Well, I don't know, because the marble's also a good target. I can't call it, so we'll just do this. And I'll tell you what, I liked the worker here, but since he still has movement points, let's do this and this. This is very risky because we had just lost a unit here last turn. Well, we also did a lot of killing in this area, so hopefully that doesn't happen again. He's heading down towards, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's okay that we lose a hex this turn. Let's see, he's just heading up to do whatever. He's taking over in Nimrod, so we can actually get like that. Caravan to Malacca. Okay, to civilization. We just met 2 civs, and it's our turn, so we can actually just say goodbye, goodbye, finish off our... Alright, so first things first, let's go into Info Addict. The Celts are not doing very well. The Celts are not doing very well. The Celts are not doing very well. Okay, I want to see global relations. Ooh, Rome has not met those people yet. Alright, so Boudica is hurting. There's no need to trade for truffles with this guy because we're going to get that from Cusco once we conquer it. So let's do cotton for dyes. That helps our happiness. And then we want to buy his embassy. Wait a second. He wants... Does he want luxury, strategic? He does not. Okay. So yeah, let's buy his embassy so we figure out where he is. And now we can go to Boudica. She only has money. Let's see, we have a lot of cotton. So let's do that. How's that? We finished our movement. Oh, okay. Interesting. I've never seen that happen before. An embassy discovers a wonder. I've never seen that happen before. Although this suspiciously does not say Edinburgh. So earlier when we saw the one and only prompt that a capital got taken over, it must have been hers. And I believe in global relations it said they are at war. So could it be that he has taken it? He's doing a split open as well. He's got 5 cities. So that doesn't really tell us much as far as whether or not he's the one that took her city or not. Looks like he also has some money. Let me check Cusco real quick, because I'm pretty sure we saw marble there, right? Marble, not gold. Alright, so we would be in more of a rush to get rid of our marble. We do not want to sell too much iron. So we can do that. That. I'm not going to sell iron at 1 gold per at this point. Now that we're meeting people, we don't have to settle for less. And who knows, if we end up building 9 frigates, it might be worth the fact that we have 9 frigates. So let's not go overboard. Except for this guy, he should totally go overboard. Okay, I don't think we need the flanking bonus here, and it looks like if we gave him one, we would actually be disrupting our own extraction here, so let's just do that. Encampment cleared for Kathmandu. Nice. That's real nice, because Tikal has converted. Seoul still does not have a mosque. Speaking of religion, let's go do this. Oh! Not only is that a mistake, but it's unrecoverable. Well, I mean, not unrecoverable, but we just delayed our first charge by a whole turn because 1, 1, 2, 3, that's fully... Damn! Okay. That's on me. Oh, wait, this is the guy. Alright. I do so well at not making mistakes that when I make ones like that, it feels real bad because I had just moved him this turn. In fact, as I went to go look for the guy, I was like, wait, didn't we just move him this turn? And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. Alright, so our great generals have full coverage. In the event that this one gets captured, we'll just have to remember to move this one down here to be influencing all of the siege towers. No, sir. Hey, we're fine, we're fine. Look at that, we are fine. Hey, we meet another city-state allied to Rome. Okay, lots going on, lots going on. Let me go to my notes here. We've killed the east of Seoul camp and the other camp that we had discovered. We are actively working on, so I don't need to put that in my notes. He comes here and can kill the camp next turn, which he'll probably have it shot down next turn. Alright, Ulundi loves the king. Nimrod loves the king. Okay. Border growth there. That's better. That's better. We'll go do that. We'll go do that. That's nice. That's river. The call has grown. We missed another min-max opportunity. Oh yeah, it's converted, so now this is faith as well. Wow, this is a tough call because our happiness is looking pretty good. But for how long? We still have 2 cities we can build. Courthouse is in, but they're kind of busy with naval. What would the growth rate be if we did this? Okay, that's acceptable. That's acceptable. This city's a little bit behind because we have been delaying the workshop for good reason. Promotion here. Promotion here. Everybody for defense has been doing fine with flat. So let's see, he gets over to here in 2 turns. He leads the way. They're on target. We got another camp here. Okay. So they'll come down to get that. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to lead with the shooter just so he can start putting his shots in while the other guy comes in from behind. Monaco election rigged. Really does nothing for us. And I'll tell you what, now that we're meeting other people, let's go ahead and move our spy to Nineveh, it looks like. 72283990. Interesting. I don't know what that number signifies. I mean, I know what it signifies. I don't know how it's tallied. No longer friends with... Now friends with Monaco, no longer friends with Monaco. So as soon as we converted it, we must have gotten ourselves to friendly and then immediately lost it to degradation. Met Belgrade. Belgrade seeks investors. Budapest targets nearby encampment. That must be the one that we're... because the other one didn't exist. Either way, we're going to be satisfying it. So let's just find out where Belgrade is. Ooh, it's a little dot in the middle of nowhere. We met its boat here. We can see the line here, the seam between the edges of the map. It sometimes can make dragging a little awkward. Unmet player has met the Renaissance. Okay, so third entrant into the Renaissance comes well after the first 2. And when I say well, you got to remember after astronomy, we've gotten machinery, physics, gunpowder, and now we're halfway through navigation. So, yeah, a bit of a delay there, and that's okay. He doesn't actually want any strategic, and he doesn't have any money per turn. This guy, on the other hand,
Salve.
has money per turn. So let's, whoops, not spices, not spices. That's our only
Procede.
copy. Alright, so until we do attack him, we're making a lot of money off of him, which will actually help us to attack him, in theory. Because usually, I mean, we can see here, to buy a frigate would be 770, to buy a Galeas would be 400, and its upgrade would be 580. So buying a Galeas and then paying to upgrade it is cheaper than buying a frigate. Not that we would buy a frigate, and our gold is tanked from all the upgrades we've been doing. But that's going to be short-lived, thanks to having met Rome. Okay, so we don't need to do those guys yet. Trading post there. Trading post there. And I assume the repairers are on the active battlefront, so we're not going to bother looking at them. Grumble, grumble. I'm still going to complain. Alright. Monument is done here, onto Lighthouse. At which point we'll be in the boat game. So we have 3 camps and we have 3 squads working on them. We don't have a squad in the south yet. When we went to war with the Inca, my thought process was, let's not build too much, because once we're done with the Inca, we're going to have that military that can relax, you know, spreading out. But now, not only have we found more people, but we have every reason to believe that we're going to need to attack at least one of them. So I think continuing to build makes sense. So on to musketmen, especially now that we can see it's slowing down in this city. Let me check something here. Yeah, that's right, we were going full production to try and rush Notre Dame. Alright. I was just looking at the relation of growing and versus building, and in this city, you know, we're occupying a lot of the tiles that Nineveh could be using. They're not even using that one. Anyways, let's make it a musketman and let's get to the front line, start doing stuff. Excuse me. This is just a one-shot, right? Close. Alright. It's nice that none of our siege towers were hit. For my money, though, the question becomes, how many of these ranged do we need for the capture of the city? Because all of them, including this one stepping here, assuming this guy is the one that captures, all of them have the capability of shooting at units, but that doesn't mean they should. So, let's step this guy forward. That opens up all of his options, so we'll leave him to it. I'm pretty sure we're going to need at least one shot. That says 32, 63, 96. Oh yeah. So that leaves 80 unaccounted for. Can these do 20 each? Yeah, they can. So we might need all of these guys just to make sure we capture this turn. Alright. 96. I don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk it, so this is what we got to do. He can pillage. He's the only one that can pillage. I forgot to account for that. 28. 31. Okay, so it looks good from here. Banking! No way! Oh, that is really good. Wow, I wasn't expecting that we'd be able to get any more text from this guy. We were just killing him to, in this case, capture his capital. We'll probably keep going because as of this point, nobody else has met him, so nobody else is going to know. And if Rome finds out, like, so what? Nobody even knows him. Who's he gonna tell that we suck? Okay, this is great. Another. At this point, we should probably make these cargo ships. I mean, an argument could have been made that earlier was the time to do that, but banks are an option now. Looks like we got a great work. Review city. Okay. Growth, faith, happiness. Lots of happiness. I like that. We got the mausoleum now. Okay. University. Alright. Nice. Not bad at all. Create puppet, and that leaves us with 13 happiness. Very, very not bad. Alright, that means he spends this turn healing up. He wants to repair our horses. And I just now noticed that this settler is still available to us, which is very unfortunate because if he kills here, which it says he can, let's do that. Can he kill here? Says he can. Oh, but even still the scout's here. Never mind. So that's not an option. Interesting. It wasn't saying that before. Oh, because he stepped forward. That's probably why. Nevertheless, there we go. Should have pillaged here first. So that was a mistake. And one I don't normally make, because, okay. If we're going to kill both of these, let's do this first. What? The funny thing is, the whole reason I was thinking let's do this first is because we're going to lose out on the flanking bonus. But I didn't think it actually mattered. I was just doing it for best practices. Oh. I forgot they did that. Oh, can we go again? Oh, okay, good. I was going to say, we don't want this getting pillaged. Wow, what a bizarre turn. Yeah. Really sucks I didn't think to pillage that first. Especially since otherwise the worker has nothing to do. So what we can do is have this guy come here. Wait. He's almost done repairing. He's repairing that. Which now that the city is ours, we don't want him repairing that, right? We would want a trading post. So let's do that. He's repairing that. These river tiles are pretty valuable, so let's do that. We could dangle the worker, but we don't really have much of a way to punish. So let's come up here and do, I guess, lumber mill. For now, we can reevaluate. Alright. So the fall of Cusco actually wasn't that bad. The loss of the knight hurt, the loss of the pikemen, not so much. Now we can take our long swordsmen, start upgrading them, healing them, and figuring out where to go from here. Is it worth moving him? I don't think so. Yeah, because we do want to pay to upgrade. Well, what does the upgrade cost? We can look at it here. 45 per. Right now we could do 90. So 270 is 6. And next turn we could do 7. I don't know how many we have over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, let's move him in. There we go. Alright. Great General should probably back up. I don't think this to this is even close to risking death. But at the same time, well, we can't see what would come in from behind, so I think we do have to do this. Or we could do this. This? No, there's a profit there. Full powered one. Alright. I guess we'll just leave him there then. And then this one would come here. If he's here, then we're covered in the foreground, so he can survive going over here. Alright, that works for me. Getting started on whatever. He's gonna go over to Rome. We're already pretty far north, so let's move our boats first, right? We can push in 1. Hey, Kabul, another city-state. Cultured one. Alright, I'm thinking now we really should have them start heading towards Rome. I don't see being next to Kabul as a problem. But just in case I'm wrong, let's go a little wide. We have no way of healing these guys out here. All it takes is the Inca to... Well, no, the Inca doesn't know them. Oops. Too late. Can't take it back. Alright, so... Let's see here. They hail from this little dot over here. So continuing like this is probably okay. Oh yeah, we don't need to actually go east because we got this guy who's going to hug the east coast. So we're just trying to get intel on Rome. And since we have no idea where to land this guy yet, I mean, we could just go as wide as possible. What's his visibility? Probably just 1 hex. Alright, let's check this out. They're there. All good. All good. Alrighty. Well, we are well past the half-hour mark, so I'm going to end this part here. I want to thank you guys for joining me. Apologies that we only got through a few turns, but they were big turns, lots of decisions to be made, lots of new developments in the world, so I definitely look forward to seeing what you guys have to say about it. Please leave me a like and subscribe if you feel that I've earned it, and I will see you guys in the next part. Take care.